Footscray this quarter kicking to the left, North Melbourne to the right. Ian Robinson, the man with the ball. It's the second quarter of the 1985 first semi-final from the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Umpire Robinson to put the ball down with North Melbourne leading by 8 points. McDonald, who had a good first quarter, one of North Melbourne's better players, can't get the ball to a rover though. Wallace goes for the hand pass. Groenewegen puts Footscray into attack, trying to find Beasley, needs 4 for the century. Ramsey playing a very good game down there in defence for the Kangaroos. A short pass to the outer side, intercepting though as Alan Daniels taking the mark in front of Holt. Daniels, fair way from goal. I don't know whether he could score from there, but he should be able to put it fairly close.
And Hawkins still on this wing, and now Demetrio is on Hawkins. Holt was on him in the first quarter, so the wings have swapped.
Daniels, 50 metres out. Not a bad sort of a kick distance-wise. The accuracy isn't there though, and that makes the difference 8 points as it goes through for only 1 behind. Footscray taking their score to 3 goals 2, and North Melbourne 4 goals 3. Ball back into play. Daniels again. This time just a little bit further out.
Well, Holt can't play him from behind like that, Pete, either.
And Daniels a second chance. So just a smidgen further out. Let's see if he can get the distance this time. No. In front of goal, Beasley has it punched clear, picked up by McDonald. Probably North Melbourne's best player, and Alan Daniels gathering in 3 kicks in the first 90 seconds of the second term. So, as Bob Stilton said, the wings were swung over. I wonder if we'll go back to the status quo shortly. That's not a good kick. Beasley couldn't read it either. Chance for a little Bahaja. Get onto the right foot. Snapshot for goal. Man of the match at the moment is Donald McDonald. That's a shocking kick by the big fellow. Demetrio clashes with Hawkins. Wallace goes for the hand pass. Picked up by Hawkins this time. Snapshot looks good. Great goal. Footscray back in it in the first semi. And that came up at the 2-minute mark of the quarter to make the difference 1 point. Footscray 4-2. North Melbourne 4-3.
And you saw the real skills of Doug Hawkins there. There's Donald McDonald, not a good kick coming out, knocked down by Demetrio, then a quick hand pass from Wallace, and there it is. The great skills of Doug Hawkins.
Well, he certainly played well today again, carrying on from last week when most of his teammates folded up. But that was a bad kick by McDonald, a bit of bad luck because he's played so well. Centre bounce again, a point the difference, knocked out by Purser. Juggling the ball that time was Royal. He's grabbed, he's collared by Law. The umpire said too high, and he'll take a free kick at centre field, and a big chance now to send Footscray deep into attack.
It's playing better today, Lou.
Yes, certainly, Bob. Beasley in front, couldn't hold that one. Scrimmage developed. A hand pass by Fairley, but goes to the wrong man, to Bahaja. Here's the man at the moment. Hawkins has a long, not Hawkins, Daniels it is, I should say. His kick is a bad one, and it's out of bounds. Well, Daniels has had,
4 kicks this quarter, Luke.
4 kicks this quarter. We've only been going, not 3.5 minutes yet. Waiting for the ball to come back into play. McDonald will go, do battle with Sewell. McDonald in front. Knocked out by McDonald again. Umpire will ball this up. You see Edmund trying to crash through the pack, but he was grabbed. The ball held to him. He had no chance of getting rid of it. Ball up about 15 metres out from the Footscray goal. They're trailing by a point. Knocked out by McDonald. Not a good knockout, but it's tapped on again. A chance now for a series. But there's Daniels again, but he got one in the back. It looked as though he could have scored a goal then too, Daniels. He's been a very dangerous player in this first 4 minutes. The series kickers back out there towards the wing position. Players set themselves. Picked up by Purser. He's grabbed, but he shrugged his opponent off steel that time and gave him one to go on with. Picked up by Wallace. Spins out of the pack twice beautifully. A long hand pass coming over now to Foster. Foster's kick is a long one up there towards the full forward position, or centre half forward, marked here by Sewell. That was a strong mark by Jim Sewell.
It was an excellent mark, Lou, because he was off balance. It was floating around in the air. It wasn't an easy ball to mark.
A point the difference, and Sewell's got a chance to put the Bulldogs in front as we approach the 4.5-minute mark from about 40 metres out. There it is on its way. But he's off target and scores a dead level. Scores dead level. 4 goals, 3, 27 points apiece.
Approaching the 5-minute mark of the second quarter. Doing a lot of the attacking in this term. Groenewegen punches the ball clear, tried to find Royal, couldn't do so. Law gathers it in well on the half-back line for North Melbourne and goes straight down the ground. Ryan Cordy got a hand to it. Jim Cracker, hand pass. Jonas onto Arceri, offloaded. Glendinning, hand pass. Looks for Hodgman. Hodgman's got it 25 metres out.
Free kick back behind play, Pete.
By Glenn James indicating where the free kick was.
I think he said that Arceri threw the ball.
Did look the way umpire James was indicating.
Judging by the way Arceri was gesticulating there, it was given for a throw. However, ball is out to Hardy now on centre wing. Hardy keeps going.
Got that happy knack of doing those things, hasn't he?
Yes. Knocked down two. Ramsey at the Daniels again. Is he having a purple patch or not?
And 3 of those 4 kicks have come straight from kicks from opponents.
Wallace too slow. That was a great tackle by Holt. Larkin fists the ball into the open, gathers it in again. Short kick out to Jimmy Cracker. Jimmy Cracker, great mark on centre wing. Cracker decides to play on. The Crackers usually do something with the ball. He finds Arceri. Ivan making sure, though, that he couldn't run on. Arceri a long way from goal.
It was a great pass, Pete.
As I said, they always do something with it. He's got under that one like a 9-iron golf shot. Purser. Kennedy. Hardy. Seems to get on his own with monotonous regularity, a bit like Timmy Watson did yesterday. Out to Wallace. Doing some useful things in the second quarter, especially. Wallace up towards the half-forward line. Kick drops a little bit short. In goes Groenewegen. Got boot to ball, but only just. It's a North Melbourne ball now, and a long hand pass comes out to Arceri on centre wing. Playing a good game, as he did last week. Short pass, great mark, Glendinning, and he's playing well, Bob, isn't he?
Yes, he looks very dangerous down there at centre half forward. A real worry for Peter Foster.
And he's a good kick too. Should be able to land this at or in the goal square. Decided to boot that one. Cracker doesn't get a good bounce at all. McPherson breaks one tackle. Has to go into the open spaces with the hand pass, and it's picked up by Kennedy.
And Kennedy goes for a short pass. It's okay. Picked up by Hawkins. Not playing a bad game either. Over to Cordy. And Cordy at half-back goes for the long kick. And coming out to meet it is Jim Sewell. And Sewell's got it out there in the centre wing position. Goes for a pass. Looking for Beasley. Found him. Beasley getting away from Fairley that time. Made a good lead. He's got a bit of room to move around today.
Lou, would you be inclined to go back as it was with the wingman?
Well, I just think that what you said before was pretty right. I think young Holt's a bit stiff every time the ball has gone out. The den's been kicked by a North Melbourne man to him.
Yes, but Hawkins is also doing well on Demetrio.
That's right. Waiting on Beasley for goal number 2 from about 40 metres out. There it is on its way. Now that's a good kick by the ex-West Australian through for goal number 2, and Footscray hit the front. 5 goals, 33 to North Melbourne, 4 goals, 327.
Beasley needs 3 goals for the century. 3 goals for 100 in 1985.
And Jim Sewell now taking the mark. In replay, we see a good lead by Beasley and a lovely kick by Sewell.
And you notice that Edmund and these fellas are not coming down to Crowding today either, Bob.
I think I listened to you last week, but Lou.
I think we tried to get the message often enough. Knocked out by Purser, over to Martin. Footscray swing back into attack again. Down towards their half-forward line. Sewell punched away by Greg. Picked up by Royal. Shrugged Greg off. A hand pass back to Sewell again. Looking dangerous. Over to Edmund. Edmund gets a hurried kick, but it's off the top of the pack that time. A chance now for Ramsey to pick it up down there on the back bucket. And this is the first time the North Melbourne defenders have found that guy up there in the wing hole. He marks that one. Looking for Glendinning. Couldn't pick it up on the first hop. Knocks it back. But it's picked up by Hawkins. Back to Groenewegen. Back to Hawkins again at half-forward. A pass and a ripper. Oh, magnificent play by Footscray. A great bit of play on the part of Hawkins.
Got a broken ribs, you Edmund, I think, won't he, Bob?
Well, I think Hawkins complained about... What's that pass? I think Edmund complained because the lace was the wrong way around. Waiting now for Jim Edmund to have that shot from about 30 metres out directly in front. And Edmund's yet to score a goal. And, of course, Footscray in front by 6 points. There's the kick by the Footscray skipper. It's successful. It's a goal. Goal points the difference at the 9.5-minute mark of the second quarter. 6 goals, 339. To North Melbourne, 4 goals, 327.
Is Footscray looking good at the moment, Lou? It's the way they're going about it. They're teaming together well. And right now we see an excellent piece of football as Groenewegen took it off Hawkins, gave it back to Hawkins, and now Jimmy Edmund after that beautiful pass by Doug Hawkins, finishing it off.
Footscray have scored 3 goals, 2 in the first 10 minutes of the second quarter. North Melbourne yet to add to their quarter-time total of 4 goals, 3. Back into the centre, knocked down by Purser. On to Royal. Up to half forward again. Edmund. Long left footer up into the goal square. Beasley's got the sit. Got a couple of hands to it. Maitland robes it well. Snap shot is close. I don't know about it though. One behind. So Footscray bombarding the goals at the moment.
Plus the fact they're racing North Melbourne with the ball too.
Looking very good at the moment. The Bulldogs as Ramsey goes out wide. Will he have to bring that one back? He might have to.
It's a penalty against Footscray.
Yes. So that will mean it's
comes up to the centre square.
Yep. Crocker's kick out towards centre wing. Almost a mark to Jonas. In fact, the umpire has paid him the mark. Sidesteps 2 players on the law. McPherson collects him nicely, thank you. Up to Hardy, attempted smother, not really successful, but he does come out with it. Hardy's kick was a short one in front of Holt. That he paid a mark. One of North Melbourne's best players so far.
Well, he was a victim of circumstances as far as Daniels were concerned before. They never looked like kicking the ball there.
8 possessions for Holt. On the edge of the centre square, long kick. Will it be North Melbourne's first score of the quarter? Arsiri got one in the back, surely. Poor tackle, a very poor tackle by Brian Cordy. And Arsiri, no doubt about that decision, has a chance to bring up North Melbourne's first score for this second term. Here it is again, Bob.
Yes, there's no doubt it was a free kick.
Arsiri kicks and has put it through for a goal. North's first of the second term, coming up at the 11.5-minute mark. 6-4-40 to 5-3-33.
Arsiri has been a busy little player and a real little goer for North Melbourne. I think he's a perfect example. If you just keep working and working and working, and you'll be a good player. As John Kennedy, John Dugdale doing the talking at the moment.
David Dench continuing to chew, and Mick Malthouse bites his nails. 12 minutes gone, second quarter, 7 points the difference. First semi-final action from the MCG. A line ball, that one. McDonald at the second hop gets it. Larkin. North Melbourne's chance. Dimitri at half forward. Shows a good turn of speed. Long shot. There's a good one, I think. Or was it touched? Goal! Oh, very close. The goal umpire in perfect position, though. It's his first goal. 6-4-40 to 6-3-39. 1 point the difference.
And Kennedy was terribly upset about that. As a matter of fact, he got hit on the head with the flag and the umpire was waving it. Insult or injury, Bob.
We'll watch it closely now as Andrew Demetrio puts the long kick towards goal. Kennedy trying to, and it did look as though he had touched it. But the goal umpire was right there.
13 minutes gone, 1 point the difference, second term.
A point the difference. The ball back into attack for Footscray. Going after it now is Bandel. Edmund pounces on the ball. He's grabbed by Crocker. Good play by the young player. Over it goes now. Hodgman gets it out wide. This is a pressure game. It's a do-or-die game. Picked up by Steele. He goes for a pass. And Glenn Denning with a magnificent mark. As we said before, looking mighty dangerous here today. It's Glenn Denning out there at half forward, about 70 metres out from goal. It's a long kick into the goal area. Off the top of the pack, Jonas with a hand pass to Larkin. This could be a goal. It is. And North Melbourne have hit the front at the 13.5-minute mark of the second quarter. North Melbourne, 7 goals, 3-45 to Footscray, 6 goals, 4-40. And this is a darn good game, Bob.
Excellent play by young Crocker on that occasion. He repulsed the attack and really set things up for North Melbourne to start coming back. As we see from another angle, Matthew Larkin putting the ball back after a lovely hand pass from Peter Jonas.
7 North Melbourne players have scored their 7 goals.
14 minutes gone of the second quarter. 5 points the difference in favour of Footscray. As we said before, Glenn Denning looking the danger player down there. Up she goes. Knocked out by Purser again. Picked up by Larkin. Playing the game of his life. North Melbourne's best player. Dimitri over to Law. A long kick up there towards Jimmy Cracker, but he couldn't get it. Punched out by Foster. Coming in to meet it now as Wallace. The hand pass back there to McPherson, half back. His kick is out wide. It's okay, is it or not? Yes, a good mark. It should be a free kick and a mark. And Maitland's got the ball out there on the centre wing position. 5 points for difference in favour of North Melbourne. And this is a do-or-die game today. The loser was out of the business, and it's mothballs for them. Waiting now for Maitland. Out there on the centre wing position. Sends the ball back there towards that half-forward line. Oh, great mark to keep Greg playing his 300th game today.
They've swung the wings, Lou, but they've gone with each other. This time, Daniels and Holt are now on this wing.
Okay, comments from Bob Stilton as North Melbourne swing into attack. It's through Andy Demetriou. He's gone for a pass, trying to find Phil Cracker. Couldn't do so. McCann backs him up well, fires out the hand pass. Footscray defending desperately at the moment. Out it comes to Daniels. Takes it from McPherson. Daniels straight down the ground. Up the centre wing. Mark taken by Steve Wallace. Wallace up to the left half-forward flank. The pass is a good one, and Footscray through Groneweed. Will go back into attack. Groneweed showing us his great speed. Lobs it up into the goal square, or just about there. Man that couldn't take the mark. Sewell. Royal. Good tackle, Ramsey. Holding the ball.
Ramsey's playing a very good game down there in defence today.
Yes, it is, Lou.
He played well last week. Was he over the mark? Sewell thinks so. The call is play on. Smith. Good backup support. He's gone short. Up towards the wing position. Nice old biff handed out there. That'll be a free kick. He's played well, this fellow, Donald McDonald. 10 possessions so far from the big North Melbourne ruckman. From right half-back flank. The kick is a good one. Tried to find Glendinning. Brian Cordy kicks it at the man on the mark. That was Hodgman. Glendinning gets it back to Hodgman. Hodgman to half-forward short to Jonas. Jonas, 20-metre hand pass. Steele on the run. Hand pass. Back it comes to Jimmy Cracker. Jimmy Cracker into McCann in the goal square. Oh, great tackle!
That might be a goal.
Now it's touched. What a great tackle that was from McLean.
Jimmy Cracker being too unselfish there, messed that up, Bob. I'd say he should have had the shot himself, but that's typical of Jimmy Cracker.
Let's watch that great tackle, Bob, from McLean.
We'll watch it again now as we see Steele take it. Give it to Jimmy Cracker. A long hand pass. And not only did he do the great tackle, he then smothered it with his foot.
Ball back onto the centre wing position. Jonas again to put North Melbourne into attack once more. On the mark was McLean. Could have almost been dragged back 15 metres. Jonas into the pocket. Purser, great grab. And he'll get Footscray out of danger, momentarily at least. North Melbourne hitting a purple patch after they were held scoreless in the first 10 minutes of this second term. Daniels and Demetriou sock it off the ground. Wallace breaks the tackle from Arceri back into the centre square. Crocker loses that one out. Good tackle, Edmund on Holt. Umpire calls play on. Bandit looks for a hand pass. Good tackle, Smith. Some fine tackling in the second term. Loose ball, chance for Law to pick it up.
And Law kicks it over that half-forward line. Oh, Hardy got one in the back there to his opponent Steele. And Steele will take that free kick out there at half-forward. There's nothing about that free kick. Well, North Melbourne bouncing back now. They were trailing, by 9 points, I think, at one stage of this quarter, Bob.
I think the important thing at that stage was Footscray were looking so good, and it's been a great comeback so far.
Kick into the goal square. McCann got his hands but couldn't hold the mark. A chance here now for Hodgman. Plays the ball in front of him. Down it goes. Picked up here now by McLean. It's not a good kick back to Steele. Juggles the ball on the boundary line. Hooks it back very cleverly. There's 3 North Melbourne players there. And the mark will go to Cracker. And this is Jimmy Cracker that's got the kick, and he's starting to come into his own.
It's good play by North Melbourne there. Obviously, either Phil Cracker or Peter Jonas saw that the two of them were going, and they called, and you could see Demetriou pull his hands away at the last minute.
Jimmy Cracker going for goal number 2 from about 35 metres out on a slight angle. There she is on its way. And that's a ripper right through the middle. And North Melbourne move on to 8 goals, 452. The Footscray 6 goals, 440. Into this quarter by just on 19 minutes. That's the second of the first semi-final for 1985.
And replay again. We see Steele, and he almost looked as though he might have just been over the boundary line. As we see Demetriou there, make no attempt to take the mark. I would say good talking by their teammates.
12 points the difference. We get over the 19-minute mark of this second quarter. Centre bounce. Knocked out by McDonald. Pushed on by Phil Cracker down towards centre half forward. Oh, good play on the part of Glendinning. He shuffled off and allowed Jimmy Cracker to boot the ball deep down there towards the forward pocket. Oh, he should have marked that one that time, Kennedy. Went for the punch, and this allowed Arceri to have a snapshot, but luckily for Footscray, he was off target, and the ball is out of bounds in the forward pocket position for North Melbourne.
Well, conversely, the back pocket position for Footscray. Free kick to be taken by McLean. He effected that great tackle to stop a goal before. Purser in the box seat for this one. McDonald put some opposition on him, picked up by Daniels. Loose ball on centre wing. 2 on 1 out there, picked up by Law. Law's kick is a short one. Bahaja takes it for Footscray, almost grabbed. It could have been a free kick anyway if he grabbed him too low. Bahaja swings it back to centre wing position, knocked away by Smith. A hip out to umpire Ian Robinson. And the free kick going Footscray's way. It will be taken by Groenewegen. Good long kick up the left half forward flank. Plenty of North Melbourne jumpers there. And the mark is taken by Crocker.
Like the look at this, boy.
It's a good mark, isn't he?
That'll be a player, Bob.
Ramsey, North Melbourne's best defender at the moment. Smith, Ramsey again on centre wing. Ramsey goes for a pass, beautiful disposal to McDonald. McDonald in turn to Law, moving down from defence. Law up towards McCann, knocked away by Kennedy. Good defence. Jimmy Cracker, McCann caught, just about over the line, through for 1 point. I'd say it is one behind. Rushed being the operative word there. 13 points the difference in favour of North Melbourne. 40 plays 53. Kennedy, he missed a lot of this season with a broken leg. One of the more rugged Footscray defenders brings the ball back into play with a beautiful kick. It should just about reach the centre square. Purser at the back, almost hit McDonald out there. McDonald onto Steve McPherson. Hardy in trouble, gets ridden into the ground. McPherson tries to soccer it clear, couldn't do so. A play on call. Hawkins paddles it out wide for Wallace. Short to half forward. Up goes Smith, couldn't take it. Phil Cracker backing up well for North Melbourne. Edmund in pursuit. Cracker out wide, trying to find Larkin, who's been playing well. Bahaja missed him. Now a chance for Footscray. McPherson up to Edmund. Edmund puts it high. He'll try and find Beasley. Beasley with Fairley. Good defence by the North Melbourne player, and Keith Gregg content to see the ball dribble through for 1 point. And that makes the difference now at the MCG. 12 points, 41 to 53.
Just on the 22-minute mark of the second quarter, the ball back into play again. The umpire will call it back. Goal umpire hadn't finished waving the flags. Good crowd here today. I think it's over the 50,000 mark, Pete.
Yes, it certainly built up after about 2 o'clock, Lou. A lot of latecomers.
Well, this certainly surprised most of the knockers. Said there wouldn't be any more than about 35 to 40,000. That's a strong mark to Jimmy Edmund out there at half forward.
Sitting next to him.
Ball back out there towards the forward pocket. People going after it. Now's a chance for North Melbourne to get clear. Sewell couldn't pick that up, but scrimmage developed between Sewell and Keith Gregg. And the umpire will ball it up about 5 metres out from the Footscray goal. 41 plays 53 in favour of North Melbourne. 22 and a half minutes gone of this second quarter. Oh, that was pushed through that time by Smith for 1 point. So the difference now 11 points. Waiting for the ball to come back into play again. A short pass, it'll be okay. Marked here by McDonald. And I think you'll agree, Bob and Pete, this fellow's played a pretty good game here today.
He's done an excellent job, Lou.
That's his 5 marks. Not the natural ruckman, but he's got a lot of heart as the ball comes down to the deck now. Picked up by Malin at centre half forward, a short pass to Bahaja. And the little rover there, the ex-Eston player, is about 40 metres out from goal and yet to score one. The difference 11 points in favour of North Melbourne. And of course, we mentioned a couple of times during this commentary that this is the end of the ball game for the losers here today. As here's the kick on its way. And that's a good one. It's a goal. So it's 5 points the difference at the 23.5-minute mark of the second quarter. 8 goals, 5-53 to Footscray. 7 goals, 6-48.
Good play by Phil Malin there. It was a lovely pass to Tony Bahaja. On replay, our shot from behind the goals sees a lovely kick from Tony Bahaja.
Goal kickers for Footscray. Beasley 1 in singles to Edmund. Bahaja, Royal, Daniels and Hawkins. 5 points the difference, 53 to 48 in favour of North Melbourne. 24 minutes elapsed in the second term of the first semi-final. Knocked down by Purser. Knock on by Hawkins. Up to the edge of the centre square. Real race for it here. Royal got there first but fumbled. Bamblett backs him up well. Bamblett a short pass. Oh, a little rover out there. Bahaja just couldn't gather it in. Now he's still got a chance. Beautifully played from the budgie in towards the goal square. Beasley! He's kicked 2. If he can kick it here, that means 98 for the year. Can he crack the ton on the first semi-final day, 85? I believe his bank manager will be very happy if he can do that. Simon Beasley Would have to fall over to miss it. Only 5 metres out. Directly in front. No mistake about it. 3 goals to Beasley. He's the leading goal kicker in the match to date. And the scoreboard, Footscray 8-6-54, hit the front again from North Melbourne 8-5-53.
Well, it's certainly a game where neither side are really able to maintain control. In this term, Footscray looked as though they were going to go on and take control of the game, and then North Melbourne coming back with a few goals, and now it's Footscray who seem to be dictating terms for this brief period of play.
3 goals to Simon Beasley. 25 and a half minutes have gone in the second quarter. We're playing time on. Footscray lead by a point after Beasley booted that one through. Malin hooks it over the shoulder to get Footscray out of the centre again. Crocker doesn't get a favourable bounce. Knocked back by Keith Gregg, but Royal intercepts for Footscray. Beasley again in front and marks!
Well, he's a different Beasley today. He's had a ton of room down there. There's no doubt about that, Bob.
A 2-out duel.
Well, they're spread out. They're giving him a chance. He had no hope in the world last week.
So we watch on replay. But let's also say that as a defender, Chris Mew and Ian Fairley in a different league as well.
That's right.
So Simon Beasley, if he can kick it here, will be 99 for the year. 99 goals for season 85. I'd say he's got that one. He has. He needs one for the ton. And it's a purple patch for Simon Beasley in the second quarter as Footscray increased their lead 9-6-60 to 8-5-53.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised if a change was made here, as we see Malin get the ball out of the centre. Keith Gregg tapping the ball down, and a good interception by Brian Royal.
Just on the 27-minute mark, there we see it again. That's a strong mark. Poor old Fairley didn't know where to go then.
McCann into the ruck is the change made at the moment, as we see Beasley and Fairley on camera.
27 minutes gone. It's 7 points the difference now in favour of Footscray. Beasley wants 1 goal for his 100. The ball knocked out by Purser. Still had a fresh air shot. Back it comes to Daniels. He kicks it out wide. Going after it now is Wallace. Rolling his tail is Holt, but he's there first. He's grabbed, he goes down, gets it back to McPherson, ducks the head, loses the ball. Good play by Holt as he sends the ball over the half-forward line for North Melbourne. Glenn Denning flies. At the back of the pack is Cordy. Cordy's kick is out towards the wing position. No one can take that mark, but Edmund first to recover. Kicks the ball very high out towards McPherson. He takes a pretty strong mark out there. Goes for a play on, a bit foolish that time.
I think it must have been called touch, Lou. I don't think he would have played on under normal circumstances.
Okay, the difference is 7 points in favour of Footscray. And as I said before, Beasley needs 1 goal for the ton. Ball back into play again. Person. Well, we heard the story's only on 98. Well, okay, might have 2 or 1. We're not quite sure, but we'll pick that up before we get any further. Back it comes now and picked up by Hodgman. North Melbourne trailing by 7 points as it's booted up there towards the full forward position. A pack 5 punched out by the Footscray defenders. Scouting out nicely that time as McPherson goes for a short pass and it's punched away by McCann. Pouncing on the ball was Holt. Goes for a short one. Phil Cracker got one on the back. He's got to get a free kick, but the umpire's blank. Up it goes. McDonald's got the mark. Yes, Beasley only needs 1 goal for the ton. And McDonald's got a chance now to make the difference, only 1 point. He's played a fine game here today.
6 marks and 13 possessions to McDonald do.
That was a strong mark, and he's about 25 metres out directly in front. Let's hope he kicks better than he did down there in the full-back position when he had a chance to clear the ball away. Because it'll make it a point the difference. We approach the 29-minute mark of this second quarter, the first semi-final for 1985. There's the kick on its way. And that's a good one. It's a goal, so it's a point the difference. And this has been a great game here today. 9 goals, 660 Footscray to North Melbourne. 9 goals, 559.
Well, McDonald certainly has been an excellent player for North Melbourne. He's done the workmanlike job that John Kennedy would have just asked for. A nice mark. McCann now in the ruck. McDonald at full forward, and already the move paying dividends.
29 and a half minutes have elapsed in the second quarter. Only 1 point the difference. It's been a crackerjack game of football so far. No quarter asked for and certainly none given between these two teams. Knocked down by McCann, as Bob said, moved into the ruck. Hawkins, beautifully done. Great play from the Footscray veteran. Down to Edmund. Edmund to Hawkins again. Hawkins streaming goalwards. Deserves a goal. Kicks and has put it through for only 1 point.
That certainly would have been the goal of the day. An excellent player, Doug Hawkins. And 14 kicks, 14 possessions so far. And what a shame that he just couldn't finish that off in the way it deserved.
Certainly deserved a goal. Now a whistle has gone. A free kick will come downfield. It's going to Arsiri for interference. Arsiri at half-back. A little rover in the true mould of such. Glendinning on centre wing. Marks over the top of Foster. The Brownlow medalist looking for a lead across the half-forward line. He's put the ball long. Kennedy knocked away into the arms of Jim Cracker. Hooks it up to the goal square. Brian Cordy looks for Kennedy with the hand pass, or McLean, who takes it from him. Sunshine making a welcome appearance here at the MCG2. Wallace on centre wing, back to Brad Hardy. Footscray moving the ball well down the member stand flank. Bandlet behind his man on that occasion. That was Smith. He's done a fairly good job on him so far. Bandlet only 4 kicks. Footscray lead by 2 points though, just past the 31-minute mark of the term. It's a wrestle out there. It comes down to Law. Law's kick towards half forward. A good mark for Footscray out there. Has been taken by Foster. Over to Hardy. Not a long kick. He might find Hawkins down centre field. Good mark and a gutsy mark at that to Hawkins. Stood his ground well. He's gone for a pass. What a gem. Good lead. Fine mark from Sewell. Sewell was a long kick. That's not the most accurate in the side, although he did come from Perth. Whoops, a bit of a dust up down there. There's Beasley trying to lead. Now he's leading. And Simon becoming a little bit aggressive. But back with Sewell as he has the shot at goal. He should get the distance. Off the hands of McCann it was. And the umpire says all clear, 1 point. And the crowd not appreciating that little dust-up, which we saw behind the play there. 3 points in it.
And we're just on the 32-minute mark. As we said before, Beasley needs 1 goal for the 100. Will he get it in this first half of the match? Getting close to half-time as we see Cracker pick that up. He's grabbed Jimmy Cracker, couldn't get clear. Plenty of pressure put on as Bahaja comes out of the back, goes for a pass. Looking for Hawkins, and what a game this fella's playing. A short pass. And Wallace has got it at centre-half for another pass. There's the siren. It's too late for the mark.
It was bad luck for Footscray, wasn't it?
Certainly was. So the scores at half-time in this first semi-final for 1985. It's Footscray, 9 goals, 862 for North Melbourne, 9 goals, 559. Beasley coming up, looking pretty contented, I would say, but could have easily got the ton before half-time.
Yes, he certainly could have, Lou, and Footscray fans not too pleased about that little bit of attention that Beasley got there. But a great half of football. You couldn't ask for any more than 62 to 59, only 3 points between the sides. And it was amazing how first one side and then the other seemed to take control for short periods of play. And watching Mark Kellett go off the ground, it is extremely doubtful whether we would see him again today.
I reckon that predictions made by a triple Brownlow medalist, Bob Skill.
But I'm not going to comment after Peter McKenna last week saying that we'd never see Mark Koo back again.
When he tore the hamstring, and of course he came back running at 90 mile an hour.
All right, well, the North Melbourne Brains Trust, John Kennedy, John Dugdale and co leading the ground. Checking the half-time scores for you. A great quarter of football, incidentally. We saw 11 goals kicked there. Footscray leading by 3 points, 9-8-62. North Melbourne 9-5-59 in the first semi-final.